Yes, respected friends, glorious text, Yoga Vaashishtha Ramayana, sublime. We are trying our best to tune, just started the spiritual journey only. We just started and straight away we are studying the books like Mahandukya Upanishad, Yoga Vasishtha. It's all Ishwara Anugraha, Guru's Anugraha. Let's abide by that. May this opportunity bestowed upon us be recognized and utilized by us, and ere long may we understand the sublime theme that's conveyed through these Upanishads, that everything is Brahman and that Brahman is I am. May we strongly establish in this intellectual understand and get out of all attachments and all fears to begin with. Then, wholeheartedly, full force, let us put our efforts to realize that and then truly eject out of all bondages. Friends, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam, the 14th Sarga, the Brahma Pratipadanam is going on. As the name stands, everything is Brahman, that's what is repeatedly. Vasishthaji says, and whatever the Gurus say in this regard, they're all answers to all various questions, doubts that arise in our mind intellect. The fact is beautiful fact. Whether all questions and doubts of the mind intellect are answered or not, still everything is Brahman. That's it. So our understanding and non-understanding will not change the state of the Brahman, that it is everything. It's only our intellectual curiosity and satisfaction. Keep doing it one side, but other side, slowly, steadily, within, entertain that thought that I am that, I am that, I am that, I am not this. It goes a long way to bless us, help us. Now, today, the further discussion between Sri Rama, Sri Vasishtha, let us see. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्यभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारद आदि समस्त श्री रामायण महाशास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्तितेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूल पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण वेदांत मोक्ष शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम 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 जय राम, जय राम, जय राम। ॐ श्रीराम शरणं मम, श्रीरामायण शरणं मम, श्रीवसिष्ठशरणं मम, श्रीविश्वामित्रशरणं मम, श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम, श्रीरामा शरणं व्यासाशरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीराम शरणं मम, श्रीराम शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम. Friends, what a good devotional Shraddha Yukta attentive attendance yours. Good. Keep it up. You and I, let's pray for you and me that this effort of ours definitely takes us to the due understanding for which we are studying the Shastras, and also takes us through the sadhanas which duly we have to do, and take us to the summit, the peak, the highest experience. Why hesitate? Why doubt? Let the divine guide us in this way. Let us be more humble at the feet of the divine, more surrendering, more honest, more pure, more straightforward, not crooked purity. In that way, when we approach, things start happening quickly and not millions of things that are there to happen. Only two things have to happen. What is it? I am not this Dehadi Upadi Yukta Jiva, I am that Brahman. That's it. So to the whole Jagat is not so real, it is nothing but Brahman. That's it. All that's happening is only a play. That's it. Deeply abiding in this knowledge is what is moksha. It is so simple only. This simple thing appears complicated because of our complicated ego and personality. When the ego and personality is simplified, purified, surrendered, the seeming complicated things have become so simply obvious, obviously evident and experiential, no doubt. Right, friends? Now, yesterday we have come up to the mantra number uh, 36. Oh, so powerful, so complete it was. The 14th Sarga. Okay. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayanam Trutiya Utpatthi Prakaranam Chaturdasha Sargaha Brahma Pratipadanam Nama. Shri Vasishtha Uvach. Okay. I am seeing from 35, even though we have seen 35, 36, 37. What is said in 35? Evam Brahma Mahajivo Vidyatentadivarjitaha Jiva Koti Mahakoti Bhavatyatana Kinchana. Therefore, Evam, in this way, deeply analyze, understand, and see that Brahma Mahajivaha Vidyate. Pure Brahman is there, and he alone with his Ananta Shakti is Mahajiva. And that Brahman as well as his Mahajiva is Anta Adi Varchita, beginningless, endless by all parameters. What about the whole Jiva Koti and Jagat Koti? Jiva Koti Mahakoti Bhavati Atha na Kinchana. He alone by his Sankalpa appears as all these. Otherwise, other than him, all these do never exist independently. Na bhavati kinchana. Bhavati chet mahajiva eva. If the jagat is there, it is nothing but Brahman, all jivas. If not, none of them are there other than apart from independent of him. This is what you have to catch the essence. Evam Brahma Mahajiva Vidyate Antadivarjitaha Jivakoti Mahakoti Bhavati Atha na kinchana. If every one of them are he, or else they are not. So all chairs are wood, or else no chair is real independently. Like that. Okay? Now, Chetya Samvedanat Jivaha Bhavatyayati Samsrutim Tad Asamvedanat Rupam Samayati Samam Punaha. Now listen. Whether it is individual jivas, micro from an atom up to atom is a one cell jiva up to even the samashti jiva, whom we call as Ishvara or Brahma, Deva or Hiranyagarbha, Sutratma, Swayambhu, both of them listen. Chetya Samvedanat. Samyak Vedana means knowing it fully well. Chetya means that which is to be known or which is known. That which is known, when that is very fully known, means what? Something is known as other than oneself. And that thing which is known is taken so fully real. At that moment only, jivaha bhavati. Chetya samvedanat jivaha bhavati. Something other than me I come to know, then I become jiva. The difference between Vyashti jiva and Samashti jiva is the Samashti jiva has full control of what he knows and knows that he and that is never other than the real self Brahman. In your and our case, this knowledge of ours of the world other than us creates that sense of otherness so strongly that it prompts us to create the raga, dvesha, etc. in us, seeing the world. Therefore, we get bound. But the fact is, this is how the jiva happens. See, one way of describing jiva. What is jiva bhava? Seeing something other than oneself. That's why you see, Chaitya Samvedanat Jiva Bhavati. And such Jivaha Ayati Samsrutim enters into entire samsara of with the world which is other than him, relating with Ahanta, Mamata, Raga, Dvesha. Then the karma, phala, all of them are the next generation of Sankalpas only. In that he gets lost. Now the reverse, dekho, Tad Asamvedanat, when he comes out of, rejects the sense of otherness with the world, by whatever the meditational technique, tad asamvedanat means chetya samvedan nahi hai mano, means something other than me is not known, not there, not seen. Otherness is not there. Which is there? Like in sleep but not sleep, waking sleep. Then what will happen? Tad asamvedanat rupam samayati samam punah. Again, from that jiva bhava, he goes back to that samam rupa, that brahma rupa. So the Jiva Bhava, Ishwar Bhava dissolve, Brahma Anubhava remains. When? Thing other than me known is dissolved. Now, each of these sentences are so sublime, my dear friends. If we go on inquiring them, they reveal such a great deeper depths. अब सुनते जाए as our maturity happens, आगे भी ऐसे thoughts आते रहेंगे, we will understand, है ना? So तद असंवेदनात् रूपम समायाति समम पुनः. So when the knower known difference is transcended, the pure knowledge, the consciousness, chiti, paramatma alone remains. In meditation, that's what we do. What we do? The known, the seen is given up. How do you do that? By two steps. One step is from many known to one known we come to. That's called japa adi sadhana. Many known to one known. Only one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Narayana. Then from the known we shift our attention to the knower of the known. You know the fun what happens? When the attention is shifted from the known towards the knower, knower also will not be there. Because knower is knower as long as there is known. They are mutually related. When the attention is not on the knower also disappears. And where there was knower, that alone is the conscious Brahman, which is Sama said here, realized. An intermediate step told to us is be a drashta to the drushya, be a sakshi to the drushya. They are intermediate practices. The meaning of all of that is focus on the drashta or sakshi. Then what will happen? First drushya it goes away. When the drushya goes away because you are not attending, drashta and sakshi also have no meaning. Then that which was becoming drashta and sakshi because of the projected drushya revealed as druk swarupa, chaitanya swarupa, atma swarupa. This is told in this way only. But when it is done, it will be an experience. When it is done, it's an experience. And when from that experience look back, what will happen? In that effort of looking back only, the attention from the self when gone away or taken out. Suddenly on that only, the drashta drashya two are projected. That's called the srishti. That's called the entire world. Now, after knowing that oneself, again when we look back, the drashta drashya jagat will be there, lekin not as a samsara. Because its reality is gone. Why? The reality is realized. Right now, that reality is not realized by us. Therefore, this drashta drashya appears to be real. And this drashta me caught up in this drashya. That me is jiva. That me is samsara. That getting caught up with variety of relativity is samsara. Any time such Vedanta I want to understand, only one help. Analyze the dream. That dream gives all clarity. In dream, drishya, drashta both are different. That's called the dream experience. What is waking up? I am neither drashta nor drishya. I am the substratum of both of them. Both of them are projected on me. So as long as sense of otherness, I am dreamer, the world dream other than me is there. Dream was going on. And I was caught up in the world which was seen by me in the dream. Samsari. What is waking up? Drishya is gone. The corresponding drashta is gone. Both of them are on one substratum supported. I was imposed that I realize. Same happens in the awakening to the self. That is the meaning of tada samvedanat rupam samahate samam punah. So by this, in a way, at the simplest possible way, the bondage and liberation are explained. Simplest possible way. What is it? The sense of otherness with the Jagat, as Jagat is seen, I am seer, is samsara. When the seen is dropped, the seer also is transcended. Then the substratum between both of them, the Brahman, behind both of them, Brahman, is realized. That is moksha. So I don't know myself. On that myself only, I the seer, the world, seen, both project. And I get support caught up in this world. When I withdraw my attention from the scene and focus who am I on the seer, the corresponding seer goes away, the pure self remains experienced. अब देखो इतना सिंपलेस्ट वे है एक्सप्लेनिंग बंध मोक्ष एंड साधन. अब ट्राई करो उसके लिए, बाकी सब अनवांटेड. अदर थिंग्स आर ओनली डिटेल्स टू satisfy our curious intellect or to answer the doubts of the mind. जितने भी डाउट्स आए मन में, क्यूरियोसिटी व इंटेलेक्ट, फाइनली इतना ही समझना होता है. That's the beauty of Yoga Vaashishtha Ramayana. Again and again it will summarize to us such way the Bandha Mokshas. ठीक है बाबा. अब देखो आगे, बहुत सुंदर. एवं कनिष्ठ जीवानाम ज्येष्ठ जीव क्रमाक्रमैः समुदेति आत्मजीवत्वं ताम्राणाम इव हेमता. ताम्राणाम हेमता. The Kanishta Tamra, whose cost is less, value is less, through some processes gathers hemata, goldness, and its price increases. There can come a thing wherein all iron can be made into gold, then you are in अपने iron में touchstone, कहते हैं ना touchwood वगैरह, everything will be gold. But it won't happen because everything is gold. All the works which have to be done with iron cannot be done. ये सृष्टि लीला है. No, listen, very conscious. Evam, in this way, Kanishta Jivanam, Jyeshta Jiva Krama Akramai. Means what? Kanishta Jiva is you and I, the small Jivas, with our small little Upadhis. है ना? Jyeshta Jiva Krama Akramai means by ourselves slowly, slowly evolving into the Jyeshta Jivas, up to the level of Brahmadeva. We evolve, listen carefully. From there, we become Parabrahma. This is called Krama Mukti. कनिष्ठ जीव से ज्येष्ठ जीव बनकर वहां से रियलाइजिंग और ब्रह्म स्थिति पर ब्रह्म. सद्यो मुक्ति क्या है ना? दिस क्रम कनिष्ठ जीवा as is evolving to the ज्येष्ठ जीवा. कनिष्ठ जीवा is small you and I with small panchakosha upadhi tada. ज्येष्ठ जीवा is the swayambhu who is identified with the entire universe cosmos or opana. In between stages wherever we are evolving, the beauty is what? From whichever the state we are there, even at the Kanishta Jiva level, let us say as a human being, by rejecting upadhis, directly we can realize our Brahma Swarup. It's called as Sadhyo Mukti. Like when you are working from the clerk, slowly, slowly promote hote mein, you can become the biggest officer, and on the day of retirement, you can retire. Isn't it? Is it that is the only way to retire from the job? Anywhere you can give up and go away. Who can stop you? To enter into the job, you need permissions, qualifications. अब छोड़ने के लिए कोई रोकता नहीं. सरकार जगह में, बाकी जगह बॉन्ड वगैरह होता है, दैट्स डिफरेंट. यू अंडरस्टूड? दैट्स व्हाई सेड एवं कनिष्ठ जीवानाम ज्येष्ठ जीव क्रम आक्रमैः समुदेति आत्मजीवत्व. सम्यक उदेति आत्मजीवत्व मतलब slowly awakens the experience that Atma, I am the Atman. Okay? Tamranam iva hemata. Okay? So, krama akramaihi, jyeshta jiva krama and akramaihi. Sorry, I have to differentiate. those towards that way. Evam kanishta jivanam jeshta jiva krama and akrama. Jeshta jiva krama means slowly evolving with, and how that is evolved, I have not told you, now I am telling. That either by, be attentive, surrendering our upadhis individual to the higher and higher upadhis. We go to that level. Or with our various upasanas, etc., sankalpas, etc., prarthanas, etc., we become qualified to be given and to get higher and higher and higher upadhis. In these two ways, है ना? Like I am at the Manusya. When I surrender to Devatas, I get the Devata Sharira. Then from the Devata, I surrender to the higher level, I get that one. In this way, I keep on evolving in my upadhis. Or through various upasanas to the Paramatma or various other, I will be getting the higher Jeshta Jiva Sthiti. So this is called as Krama. In that way, the highest Jeshta Jiva is Brahmadeva. Having reached his loka, even becoming Brahmadeva, we become freed from that upadhi and become one with Brahman. This is Jeshta Jiva Krama. What is the Kanishta Jivas? Without Jeshta Jiva becoming in a Akrama Rupa reaching. Here Akrama is not the Akrama Marga. Without any that Krama Mukti. Here Krama and Sadhyo Mukti Vishyas are spoken. When it is one is Krama Mukti, the other is Sadhyo Mukti. When it is one is Krama, it is obviously Akrama. So Akrama is Sadhyo Mukti. So there, this as a human only, I can give up my Shariradi Upadhi and then realize myself as Brahman from here on. Yesterday, a very interesting, funny discussion was happening with somebody. Raat mein 10 साढ़े 10 11 somebody is sadhak. So I was telling that person, and do this upasana, you'll become Gandharva. Do that upasana, you become Indra. Then do that upasana, you become Yaksha. That person caught. Ramanji, you are tempting, you are testing me. I don't want to enter into any upadhis and suffer. I just want to erase Brahman. Very good. Strengthen that sankalpa. Even if the Lord comes and tells me, Vida, without your effort, krama krama rupena, I'll keep on giving you higher upadhis, take you to the higher lokas, give you the higher levels of bliss. Slowly, slowly, after a long time, when you reach to Brahmaloka, from there I'll give you mukti. Okay? Even if God says, if you and I are wise, if we should say no. I want right away mukti. That's we should ask. That's a bit kanishta ज्येष्ठ जीव sorry कनिष्ठ जीव ज्येष्ठ जीव क्रम and akramaihi samudeti atma jivatvam. In this way the jiva rises to his atma sthiti. See देखो एक एक श्लोक में पॉज करके समझो थोड़ा थोड़ा क्लैरिटी आ रहा है. And why from human directly we have to seek the Brahman? Because any other upadhis, there again the upadhi tadatmya, with the upadhi the sukha bhoga asakti. Okay, then that sukha bhoga will come and it will go away, that pain. And the upadhi tadatma is such a thing like a human being attachment. With all your wisdom as a great spiritual master, seeker only you. When you are disciple, if you are attached to him, or when you are devotee, if you are attached to him, that fellow दिमाग फेर गया वो चला जाता है, you become miserable. In the same way, any देहादि उपाधि वो तो छूटना ही पड़ेगा एक दिन. That time, that this is called Abhinivesha, the fifth of the Kleshas. Avidya, Asmita, Ragadvesha, Abhinivesha. The Thadatmya with the Upadhi is such a funniest thing that it will give pain when you have to give it up. Therefore, let us say, from human, before I realize Brahman, the 100 higher levels of Upadhis, higher level only, I am given by the Lord, let us say. So 100 times, every time I have to become painful and miserable. When I have to give up that and go to higher. Because giving up it is a pain. You cannot avoid it. You may use all your Vedanta, all your Vairagya, but that you have used that Upadhi for such a long time, suddenly you cannot give it up. You will become. कुछ कुछ कहते हैं that wife died, I am not worried, or the servant left, I am not worried, or son kicked me and went away, I am not going to be miserable, I am spiritual seeker. Like that, he will say 3, 4, 5 days. Then the sixth day, slowly, when he looks at the photo or all that, all those experiences, vasanas, they'll come. Then he'll become miserable only. Because it's not just like that that you can give up. And why enter into that जानबूझकर? That's the idea. जब जानकर कि उसमें अटैचमेंट होगा, दुख होगा, क्यों घुसना उसमें? Like if somebody enters my life, either that person leave me or I will leave. At that time, it is painful. When you know it, why do you allow? These all discussions are valid when I know I am a spiritual seeker. When I am the seeker of Brahman, then these are valid. If you are a samsari, you have to make friends with 10 so that 8 10 छोड़ भी दे 8 9 एक तो बचेगा. Because you are a samsari. Samsari के लिए you need to have all attachments. बट आध्यात्मिक साधक को पता है, इसलिए वो किसको फंसाएगा नहीं किसी में. बिकॉज जो एक दिन छोड़ना पड़ता है, वो दुख होता है. दैट इज वन. सेकंड इज यू आर इन दिस वर्ल्ड टू नो योर सेल्फ. For that, you have to leave these upadhi tadatmya only. And what to identify with, attach with other jiva, with other upadhis. देखो, when you study Vedanta, गंभीर रूप से for a long time, these deep Vedantic clarities come. One or two of you are regularly coming, they catch it. Those are irregular, they don't even understand this. What regularity you maintained, sincerity you maintained, humbleness you maintained, all of that has led to this understanding today, which is so worthy. Now, once this understanding is deep and strengthened, nothing can bind you, and you also will not bind anyone. Okay, clear? एवं कनिष्ठ जीवानां ज्येष्ठ जीव क्रम and अक्रमैः समुदेति आत्मजीवत्वं ताम्राणामिव हेमत. Slowly, I bound by upadhi as a jiva, higher upadhis, higher jiva, up to the Brahmaloka. From there is nothing more, upadhi is greater. Therefore, kick the upadhi, you have to become nirupadhi Brahma. In between also, from anywhere you can kick upadhi and reach Brahma. If that's the case, why not from now only? अब जब ये ज्ञान मिल ही गया, उसका उद्देश्य क्या है? भगवान wants us to eject out of upadhi right away and reach to Brahma. Or it's an insult to our own akal that even after knowing that every time upadhi comes, I'm bound by them and I have to leave them, it's painful. Still, I seek them means it's an insult to my own knowledge. Or I don't have knowledge at all. It's an insult to my knowledge, it's a proof that I'm ignorant. देखो कितनी स्पष्टता, कितना मजेदार. Is it not appreciable, this knowledge? Think. Now, next. See, अत्रांतरे महाकाशे इत्थम एष गणोऽप्यसन् स्वात्मैव सदिवोदेति चिच्चमत्करणात्मकः. वेरी यू कनेक्ट ऑल ऑफ देम. मैं कनेक्ट जहां जब याद आता है करेक्ट करता हूं, नहीं तो श्लोकों का भाव का अंतरार्थ बताते जाऊंगा. He says, atra, atra means in me only, antare, within myself, mahakashe, in me who is the supreme conscious self, in him, in me only, itham, in this way, esha ganaha, all this jiva gana and jagat gana and jagat rupa nama gana and the antakarana gana, all these ganas, gana means groups, all of them are asan api. They are never in reality existing at all. At all. Still, so Atma eva Sat eva udeti. Though they are not there, this pure conscious self only appears as them and lends its reality to those appearing things. Thereafter, those appearing things appear to be real. This is a crux of Vedanta. In pure conscious Brahman, it alone is there. There is no other ganas which we said now. Gana means the Antakarana Gana, the Indriya Gana, or the Jiva Gana, or Devata Gana, or the Rupa Namatmaka Gana, whichever the groups you see that are seen in the world. None of them are there. Lekin Swa Atma Eva Sadiva Udayat. The self only given a form and name, and to that name and form, it gives its own satta. Then that name and form appears to be really there. And what is it? This giving to itself name and form, and to that name and form giving reality and making appear or feel. Therefore, now those name and form are real. All that is called as chit chamatkarana atmakaha. चित्त चमत्करणात्मक है. इस चित्त का चमत्कार है. I told you yesterday, a new word will come that's called chamatkar. And you know the chamatkar word meaning is magician's magic. मैं चमत्कार कर दिया. अरे अरे आश्चर्य है, चमत्कार हो गया. चमत्कार, आश्चर्य चकित. जो असंभव है वो संभव की तरह दिया. चमत्कार. Isn't it? Then that father suddenly बेहोश हो गया. चमत्कार खुद सुनकर क्या हो गया? What happened, sir? चमत्कार, आश्चर्य. My son passed. He gets a shock of it. Then he gets the water, drinks, and पंखा करवाता है. Still he is not out of that चमत्कार shock. Till another fellow comes and says, sir, by mistake it is said, somebody else is pass, your son is fail only. Now he will relax. यार ऐसा बोलना काई को बेकार में परेशान करता है. Isn't it? चमत्कार. So here listen this word. चित्त चमत्करण आत्मकः. चित्त ऐसा परमात्मा है, वो ऐसा चमत्कार करता है कि अपने अंदर जो है ही नहीं है, the entire ganas, you know, never they are there. First catch this point. Then itself only, giving to itself only a rupa nama without itself changing, huh? That rupa nama ko it supplies its satta. Then that appear to be satya. Now listen carefully. An example, not difficult at all. Like a wood is there. To the wood you gave a shape of chair. Now is the chair existing or not? Yeah. To the chair's existence. Who is giving existence? Is not the wood. लकड़ी का ही सत्ता कुर्सी को मिला. The difference between the example and Paramatma is, in case of the chair making carpenter and chair are different. A wood is different. That's only farak. In case of Paramatma, the wood is himself only, the upadana karana. So to that he is only giving rupanama. Remember, when to that wood the rupanama is given, the wood has not become something else. It remained the same. Nor the rupanamatmaka chair is real by itself without the wood. So too, the Paramatma, when he gave Rupanama to himself, he has not changed. He remains same. Second thing, the Rupanama are not real without him. Third, his reality only supplied to it. So the wood's reality is supplied to the chair. Otherwise, the chair Rupanama is not real at all. This way, अपने ऊपर ही नाम रूप आरोपण करके उसको सत्ता देते हुए वो रियल है ऐसा जो महसूस कराता है. दैट्स कॉल्ड चित चमत्कारात्मकता. सो चित चमत्करणात्मक. चित चमत्करणात्मक. Now two more steps. Listen. The next level of chamatkar of the chit is what? That after giving Rupanama and giving Satta, it gets bound by it and thinks it is limited to that Rupanama. First chamatkar. Then that Rupanama Rupa limited way, for how much ever the time it goes on going on. Then in one life it realizes, यार ये रूप नाम लिमिट कर रहा है मेरे को, ये मैं तो है ही नहीं. With that, when he drops the Rupanam, he realizes that he is Brahman. That is again the next Chamatkara. First Chamatkara, projecting never existing Rupanama and giving them reality. Second Chamatkara, identifying with it and suffering like a Jiva for a long time. Third Chamatkara is detaching from that Rupanama and all Upadi, realizing itself to be an infinite Brahman. We are now in the second Chamatkara of identifying with the Upadis. I am Brahman, identified with this Upadi, suffering as Jiva out of my ignorance. Now the Shastra Jnana coming to me by God, Guru, grace, whatever. Use it and do the third Chamatkara of rejecting Upadhi Tadatmya, realize oneness with Brahman. That's it. Keep on saying, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. And I am Brahman, nothing, whether you understand it or not. Saying this is never wrong because I am always Brahman and it is not Jut. And with all my experience, saying that I am Jiva is a Jut. But saying that I am Brahman without experiencing and without clear knowledge is not a Jut because it is a reality. It is not Galat because it's a reality. Saying I am Brahman is not a Galat because it's a reality. So keep on saying so. And as our age grows, up to age of 55, 58, 60, if you ask me, what is the first thing, Swamiji, you have to restart? Only one thing. Say I am Brahman, not a Pad. Din Rat, ऐसा करो कि by the age of 70, you are so much established in this thought. Remind you, from that age of 60 to 70, when you are trying this practice, there will be million obstacles from outside and inside to pull you away from this practice. And again tell you that you are not Brahman, you are Deha, you are not Brahman, you are Mana, you are not Brahman, you are Buddhi. ऐसे करोड़ों करोड़ों आपको obstacles आएंगे. But resist all these temptations and threatenings and insist. You know how to insist, no? You know how to be adamant. जिंदगी भर वही तो किया ना. अब वो वाला इधर करो. जितना जिद्दी से मैं देह हूं, मैं जीव हूं करके सैकड़ों गुरु आकर तुम ब्रह्म हो कहने के बावजूद भी नेवर लिसन. यू डू द अदर वे अराउंड. बी ए जिद्दी टू से दैट आई एम ब्रह्मन. कुछ भी हो जाए. If you do that, the strongly, deeply rooted Deha Jiva Tadatmya Vasanas from millions of lives, they start getting shaken and loosened, then they start withering away. Then you really feel, yes, what I said was correct. I am Brahman. I have no birth, no change, no old age, no disease, no death. Therefore, I have nothing to worry about, nothing to be miserable about. Imagine 60वां उम्र से 70 के साल तक अगर हमने पा लिया, in which I have realized I am Brahman, not Sharira, thereafter will anything bind us? And if it is not done, as the age grows, the dependencies grow, identity with the body grows, the bhoga asakti grows, but you can't enjoy it, and the body is giving up and you are holding on to it. That is the meaning of when Shankara says, Sannihite kale samprapte, this bakwas of dukrum karane, where I identify the upadis, nahi rakshati. Then what rakshati? Bhaja Govinda. What is Govinda Bhaja? I am that Brahman. That's the essence. And who will tell us so vehemently? The gurus will love us. बाकी सारे बार खुशामदी कहते हैं, वो कहते बेटा तुम दे उपासना करो, तुम ना दीर्घ आयु के लिए ये वाला हवन करो, वो वाला हवन करो. अरे महाराज, with the sharira, even you live 1,000 years, only as a limited kida only you are living, no? Even with sharira, there is an experience of infinite Brahmahood. Why are you not wanting it and want to live only as a human being for such a long time? Murak. Even if it is possible, we should not ask. क्या रखा है उस देह में, उस देह भोग में, उस देह में रहकर. And you live for 2,000 years and your children, grandchildren, everybody died. See the illogicity of that. In this way, there is no other correct solution for this problem other than this, realizing our Brahmasthit. There is no other solution. Every solution is a beginning of another problem. इदेको समुदेति आत्मजीवत्वम् अत्र अंतरे महाकाशे इत्थम् एषः गणः अपि असन् स्वात्मा एव सदैव उदेति चित् चमत्करणात्मकः द हायर रियलिटी इज व्हाट इस चित्त का चमत्कार है वो which is projecting the never existing world and getting identified and suffering as jiva and doesn't want to live. Our murkhata of Vedanta is just like our murkhata in the world. That this doctor gives medicine, but I don't want to go to him. This medicine cures my disease, but I don't want to take it. This is the right food, you take it, you will help me, I don't want it. This is the wrong food, it is harming you, you give it up, you don't want. As we do wrong everywhere, it started, the doing wrong started from the first wrong. That I am not Brahman, I am Jiva with Deha. See that funniness? Think, think, think. See the Krupa of Vaashishtha ji, how he is kind, benevolent to guide us. मजा आएगी नहीं? Okay. Now next suno. Just listen to these thoughts. Retain them. Contemplate on them. उसका चरवण करो, चबाओ उनको, उन thoughts को. Chewing करो. Then you will understand. Each shloka, how pregnant it is. We are spending 10 minutes for each shloka. Actually, there is more. Even 10 को 32,000 श्लोक के लिए कितने 3,20,000 सेकंड मिनट लगेंगे हमको. उतना टाइम कहाँ है जिंदगी में. नाउ नेक्स्ट. स्वयमेव चमत्कारः यः समापद्यते चितः भविष्यन्नाम देहादि तदहं भावनं विदुः. अब देखो. सी चितः स्वयं चमत्कारः यः. ये चित परमात्मा शक्ति का जो चमत्कार पद्धति है, जो चमत्कार शक्ति है, जो चमत्कार करने का है, वही फर्स्ट लेवल में इट बिकम्स अहंकार. नेक्स्ट लेवल में इट बिकम्स देह आदि. देन द एंटायर तादात्म्य विद द देह. द प्योर चित्त, this chamatkara only. In another place it's called as sankalpa of the Paramatma. In another place ichha of the Paramatma. In another place the spurana of the Paramatma. है ना? कहीं ईक्षण ऑफ द परमात्मा. इन ऐतरेय उपनिषद तदैक्षत. इन तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद what he said, in one Upanishad ekoham bahusyam. In another Upanishad namarupe vyakaravani. In another Upanishad tat srishtva tadeva anupravishatu. Names, ways of explanation is given different. In whichever the way it's given, now you and I have studied all Upanishads ना, हमको तो सब जितने भी भाव से शब्दों से कह रहे हैं, we should understand the common thing in all of them. And other than those Upanishads, in this, the new way is said, it's a chit chamatkar. ये चित का चमत्कार है. See, chit ka, like that person's chamatkar, that he keeps away his original identity as that actor and takes up the identity of the role that's given in that movie or stage and goes on playing. In and through that, he has not the original actor changed or became something or died. He's intact continuously there. But for him and for the onlookers, when he's on the stage, taken up the role, whatever role he takes up, hero or villain, those dialogues he speaks, those actions he does, see that chamatkar of that person. You can understand that hero in the same way. I am pure conscious self. Everything other than me is my chamatkar. चमत्कार मीन्स आश्चर्य कि है नहीं लेकिन दिख रहा है और उसको रियलिटी दिया जा रहा. और भी कंटेम्पलेट करो और भी सुनो इस बात. भविष्यत नाम देहादि. भविष्यत देहादि नाम तद अहम भावनम विदु. See, this chit only in its chamatkara in the future will project all the dehas And that chit only has the aham bhava with those dehas. Then he becomes reduced to be a jiva. He suffers. Then to the dehadi, when he drops his aham bhava and realizes his oneness with pure chit sarupa, he is mukta. So you want to identify chit and get liberated, or you want to identify the chit chamatkara dehadi. Socho bhaiya. Okay. Now, one new topic is introduced for me from here. That is chit and its aleha, pure conscious self, then its own abhasa, wherein it has the ability to identify with the projected upadhis. So, in between one stage of chidabhasa sthiti, the chit has to take up further to identify with the upadhis of the hadi projected, right? Then he says the chitta and chidabhasa both are one without second and they are infinite Brahman only. So chitah yasmat chidaleha tanmatvat anantakaha sa esha bhuvana bhoga iti tasyaham pratibimba. Okay, these five slokas thoroughly we have drilled. Now this topic, थोड़ा सा heavy है, मजा है, तो इतना dose काफी है आज. I always come to study or explain at least 20 slokas, but I end up in doing 5 because in that 5 only there is such a masala or maja and there is satisfactory. So this topic about Chit and Chidabhasa and Chit Chamatkara, all this we'll see. पांच 10 श्लोक हम भी करते रहे प्रभु की कृपा. And whenever this chapter of Brahma Pratipadanan is over, there are a lot of Kathanika stories come. It's only a stories of 20 slokas at one stretch I can do and tell the symbolism of that story. Through that stories, what Vaashishtha conveys is this ज्ञानम only. ये जो ज्ञान अब राम जी को हमको बता रहे ना, उसमें आपको 10% समझ में आया, 90 नहीं आया. He will go on telling the stories. So that through those stories, kathas, akhyanas, the same knowledge is being conveyed to us more strongly. Okay, let us see tomorrow. आज इतना का. ओम श्री रामाय नमः वशिष्ठाय नमः ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. आओ भगवान आदिशंकर. Enough.